This refers to time, isn't it? Today, yesterday and tomorrow. In English grammar, we have three kinds of tense. That is, it indicates the time of the verb. It indicates the time when the action takes place. That is what called tense. So in this class, we are going to learn something about tenses. Are you all ready? So in this class, we are going to learn something about a grammar portion, that is tenses. Are you all ready, students? Okay. Now, look at this picture. This picture indicates the month January. This was taken in the month of Jan. Now, in the month of Jan, it's a landscape. It's a beautiful landscape. Am I right? But in the month of June, what happened? A building is there. Now, think that we are in the month of June. So, now in the month of June, there is a building. The construction works are going on. Now, think of yourself that you are in the month of January. In the month of January, is there any building here? No, it's only a land. So, now we are in the month of June. Here we have a building and the words are going on. Now think that by the help of a time machine, now we are going to the past. That is, in the month of January, there is only a land, but there is no building here. Am I right? Now, after few months, that building looks like a beautiful house, maybe in the month of December. Okay, so now we are in the month of December. Okay, now behind myself there is a beautiful house. We can see a beautiful house in the particular land. Okay, so it indicates the time. In the month of Jan, how it is. In the month of June, how it is. In the month of December, how it will be. So in this class, already I have told you that we are going to learn something about tenses. There are three forms or three kinds of tenses in English. They are present tense, past tense and future tense. Consider ourselves, that is 2020. This year, it is the present year, isn't it? 2010 or 2019, 18, 17, they are past. 2021, 2022, they are indicating future. The time indicates 2020 is present. 2015 is past and 2025 is future. So tense, there are three kinds of tense. They are present tense, past tense and future tense. Now, what is a verb? A verb is an action word. It indicates the action or the activity the person, the noun or pronoun is doing. For example, I am speaking. You are listening. So listening is an activity. Speaking is an activity. I am playing. He is dancing. She is singing. These are the verbs. So in tense, this verb is changing its form. For example, I am playing, which means now I am playing. I was playing, which means yesterday or last month or last week. I was playing. I will be playing, which means tomorrow I will play or next day I will play. So this verb is changing its form in tenses according to the time. If I am saying something about today, it is present The verb indicates the tense. Students, please make it understand. So, verb changes their forms according to the time of occurrence. If something happens now, then the verb will be in the present form. If something happened yesterday, then the verb indicates the past form. If something will happen tomorrow or next year or next month, then the verb changes form. Then it indicates the future form of tense. So far we have learned that the verb changes according to the time that action takes place, and this change in the forms of verbs indicates the tense. It indicates whether the action takes place in the present or past or future. Is that clear? For example, I write a letter. I write a letter. This indicates the present form. How? I write. This is in the present form of the verb. Now I am writing a letter. Just now I have written a letter. I wrote a letter. I wrote, which means this word wrote is indicating, is mentioning something which happened in the past. Maybe yesterday I have written a letter, or in the last month, or in the last week, or in the last year. Okay, so this verb, writing is a verb, isn't it? So this verb wrote, this verb is indicating this action happened not now, it happened in the past, maybe yesterday or last week. I will write a letter. I will. This word will indicates I am going to write. Till now I haven't write a letter. I am going to write. I will write a letter maybe today, in the evening, or tomorrow, or next week, or next month, or next year. So, this verb is indicating, this is denoting the time the action takes place, when it happened. So, this is what called the different forms of verb, and it indicates the three forms of tenses. Now, we are in the present tense, that is in 2020. If we move backward to the year 2015, then it is past tense. If we move forward to 2025, then it is future. So now we are in the present time. If we talk something about yesterday, or if we talk something about last year, then it is past tense. If we are going to talk something about future, when will the school reopens? By December or by January? So we are talking something about future. We are talking something about tomorrow, isn't it? So that indicates future tense. Is that clear, students? Now, tense of verbs are used to express time. Already we have learned that this tense of verbs, these verbs are changing its form based on the time that action takes place. They indicate the time and state of an action, when the action takes place, when it takes place. Today or yesterday or tomorrow. Okay, so tense of verbs are indicating the time. Based on the time, we can identify whether the action takes place today or yesterday or tomorrow. Can you understand? So now, the forms of tenses. Already I have told you that there are three forms of tense, that is present tense, past tense and future tense. In each of these categories we have four kinds, that is or simple past tense or simple future tense. Progressive or continuous. Continuous or progressive. Next, perfect. Then perfect continuous. So, simple present, present continuous or present progressive tense, present perfect tense, present perfect progressive tense or present perfect continuous tense. Similarly, in the past we have simple past, past continuous, past perfect, past perfect continuous. And also in future, simple future, future continuous or future progressive, future perfect and future perfect continuous. Is that clear? This you have learnt already in your lower classes. Now, let's take simple form of tense. That is present simple, past simple and future simple. Simple present. Present time. For example, I walk, I dance, he plays, she sings. These are indicating the present time. Now I am talking. Now I am doing something. Okay. So it is denoting or it is indicating the present time. Today I am teaching you a lesson, isn't it? So teaching. She teaches English. So this teaching is a verb, it's an action word. It indicates the present time. I speak. The speak is indicating the present time. Okay. Next. So the simple, that is what called simple present. So now let's see what are the actions or when should we indicate the simple present form of verb. Okay. Habitual action. What is meant by habitual action? Every day we are coming to school. Every day we are sleeping. Every day we are eating. Every day we are studying. Every day we are listening to something. Every day we are speaking something. Am I right? That is what called habitual action. Then planned activities. Planned activities means at a particular time we will do something regularly. For example, at 9 o'clock I will be at school. So this is a regular schedule of people. Okay, so this indicates a planned, pre-planned activity. Every day we are following the same. Next, general truth. General truth means nobody can change it in any cause. For example, the sun rises in the east or west? East, isn't it? So can we change this universal truth? No, we cannot change this universal truth. So that indicates general truth. Next, quotation. Quotation also will be in the simple present form. If I say something, we cannot change the quotation. We cannot change the things which somebody said. We cannot change it to past or we cannot change it to future. For example, if I say, Gandhiji says, comma, double quotation, honest is the best thing. There is a proverb, honesty is the best policy. I am not saying that. Now Gandhiji is uttering something. He is saying something. That is quotation. We cannot change. For example, let's take a Bible verse. Jesus says so and so. So can we change that words which comes from the mouth of Jesus? We cannot change it into past. We cannot change it into future. That quotation, the words people utters should not be changed into any other tense. It should be in simple present. Okay. we change this general truth? Can I say the sun rises in the west? No. So this is a general truth and so it should be in simple present form. Okay. How can I identify this as a present form? Because this verb is indicating the present form of the present form. I go to school every day. I go to school every day. I cannot say I went to school every day. Okay, I go to school every day is a habitual action. Now, she says, I like ice cream. This is a quotation. She says, I like ice cream. So, I like ice cream is the words of a girl. We cannot change it into something. I like that ice cream. I will like ice cream. We cannot change it. Okay. So, simple present form. So, simple present form indicates the habitual actions or general truth or planned activities or quotation. Now come to simple past. Simple past indicates the past habit. For example, yesterday I went to the market. So this is the past activity. I am talking something about the action which happened already, which has completed already. For example, yesterday I went to market. Yesterday I wrote a letter. Yesterday I was dancing with my friend. So these are the past activities. So here in simple past, it indicates the past habit or action already done or past continued action. Action already done. For example, I walk. This is the present form of the verb, isn't it? Walk. It is indicating the present time. But if I say I walked indicates already I walked, maybe in the morning or maybe yesterday. So this indicates the action or activity which happened already, which is done already. It's over. So such past activities are simple past. Okay, so it indicates past habit, action already done or past continued action. Now, I or he went to Delhi. In this sentence, he went to Delhi. Went is the verb which indicates the time, which indicates the past time. Maybe yesterday or last week or last month. Okay. So, this verb is indicating the past form. I go to Delhi. If there is a sentence or he goes to Delhi, that word go or goes indicates the present form. But here, went. Went means the action has done already. It was completed. He went to Delhi. Already he went to Delhi. He is not going to Delhi. present time, not in the past, but about the future. I haven't write the poem yet. So this indicates I will write a poem tomorrow. This indicates I am going to write. I haven't started to write a poem. I will write a poem tomorrow. So this verb is indicating the future form of verb. Tense. Now, I will go to school. I go to school. I went to school. I will go to school. So I went to school. It denotes the past time. Last year you went to school. Today I go to school. Tomorrow I will go to school. This I will go to school indicates the future form. Now let's learn the verb form for simple present, past and future. First come to verb form in simple present. In simple present, the verb will be in the first form or in the VS form. It's in the plural. For example, I walk. So walk is a verb which is indicating V1. Verb in the first form. He walks. Here comes the singular and plural. For example, for first person, I, we, you. For such first person, the verb will be in singular. For second person, you, the verb will be in singular. But for the third person, he, she, it indicates these are singular forms and so the verb will be in the plural form. Let's discuss about this in another class. Okay. Now, for the present, the verb form is simple. That is V1 or VS. I walk. He walks. She walks. He, she, it. Verb is in the plural form. Then I, we, you, they. The verb is in the first form. Next come to past form. So in the past, the verb changed its form. That is, I walk. Here walk is the present first form of the verb. That is V1. In the past, I walked. I walked. I liked. I played. I sang. Sing, sang, sung. I sang a song. So here the verb is changing its form in the second form. That is walked or liked. Okay. Now come to future. In future, along with the verb, we should attach something. That is these modal auxiliaries, will or shall. We should add these verbs, will or shall. This will or shall, these are the helping verbs here in this, for this verbs. Okay. Now, I walk. Here, subject plus verb in the first form. That is indicating the present tense. Next comes past. I walked. Verb plus V2 form. I will walk. Verb plus, subject plus will or shall plus verb in the first form. This is indicating the future tense. Now, he plays cricket. This is indicating the present, simple present form. Plays. Here, this is the third person singular, he. And so the verb is in the plural form. He played cricket. This is indicating the past form. How? Subject plus verb is in the second form. He played cricket. Next, he will play cricket. He will play cricket. Here, subject The verb live is indicating the present form, V1 form. Okay. I lived in Kerala. Not now. Once upon a time, I lived in Kerala. So, subject plus verb is in the second form. I lived, not now. It is indicating the past completed action. I will live in Kerala. This indicating I will live. Maybe next month or next year or after 5 years or 10 years or 20 years. I will live in Kerala. Here it is indicating the future form. So till this, can you understand, students? So what we have learned today about tense. There are three forms of tense, that is present, past and future. It changes, the verb is indicating the time of the action which happened, and that is indicating the tense. Whether the action takes place in the present time or past or future. So that is what called tense. The time the action takes place. So in this class we have learned something about simple form, that is simple, present simple, past simple and future simple. So here in present tense, the action which is happening now, just now, I walk, I speak. Past simple is indicating action which completed already. Future simple, it is indicating the action which will happen tomorrow, which will happen in the future. This is what we have seen